Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a guide to chickens. This is for all platforms, so if you're on PC, Mac, PlayStation, Xbox, or whatever platform you're on, this will work for you. This is also just specifically about the base game. There's no mods or anything like that. I'm just using base game stuff, base game equipment, everything like that. Nothing crazy that we're going into there. It should work in general with any modded chicken pen or any modded map, but it could be a little bit different. But in general, it should all work just fine. And there also are time codes down below, so if you need to skip ahead to a specific part of the video, it'll all be labeled out for you. We're going to cover placing chicken pens, buying chickens, caring for chickens, and then selling chickens, and then the products that they produce, such as eggs. So we'll talk about all that. I should also note, I do talk fast, so if you need to slow me down below, you can use the YouTube controls to lower the video speed if you need to do that. If there's anything I missed that was critical or anything has changed, check the first pinned comment down below to see if there's anything new there. If there is a pinned comment down there, it'll have new stuff for you. So anyhow, let's go ahead and start off with placing animal pens. How do we get chicken pens? Well, we need to go into the build menu, go down here to animals, scroll across all the way over here till we get to chickens, and then we have several pens in here. Main difference is how many chickens they hold. So this one can hold 31 chickens, this one 30, this one 20, 20, 20, 20, and then 360. So we can place down, we'll place down one of the 360 ones right here. And then we can also place down one of the small ones right here if we want to, which is kind of nice. So I do like that they have a lot of different little options. Like in this one right here, you can put just a little small chicken pen on your farm. I like that they have a lot more options for us. We'll place down one of those, why not? So that's kind of the nice part. But those are the differences. There's no customizable pastures. Chickens don't graze, and you can't increase the chicken pen size to increase the amount of chickens that it can hold. So that is just how it is, unfortunately. Now let's talk about buying animals. Chickens are one of the only animals in game you cannot transport yourself, so you do have to buy them and pay a delivery fee, which is unfortunate. So every single pen will have this little kind of paw icon on it. If you don't see an icon like this, go to your general settings and make sure your interactive zone markers are not turned off. If you have that off, they're not going to show up. But again, we haven't turned on, so you'll be able to see them. But go up to one of these, and then you're going to hit R to open up the menu. Now, again, up in the upper left-hand corner, you can see I'm on PC. Those are PC controls. That's the help menu, which you can turn on and off with F1. If you are on a console and you don't have that menu up there, which will have all the different controls for you, go again into general settings and turn on your help window right here. You don't want that off. You want that on. So there we go. But yes, I'm going to hit R to go into here. We can buy chickens and we can buy roosters. I haven't done testing to see if roosters matter or not, but what I can tell you is the chickens will still reproduce and produce eggs without the rooster. The rooster is essentially just decorative. I haven't done the detailed test on that to make sure, but again, they will reproduce by themselves and produce eggs without the rooster. So you can either have chickens that are 0 months old, so they won't be laying eggs right away until they get to 6 months, or you can buy them directly at 6 months. There is a transport fee, $1 per chicken, you can see, to transport the small chickens here. We can just do up to 250 at a time, so I'll do that many for them. And then let's say I wanted some of these as well. I can put 110 of those in there to fill the pen completely out. So there we go. We've got some that are 6 month old. You can see for these guys, the transport fee was $5 down there. It won't let me transport them or do anything now because I loaded up the pen. And then if we go over here to selling, you'll see that we have a fee. Those ones are only worth $0. We have a fee of $5 to transport these guys, or $1 to transport these. So just be aware of that. There is a fee to transport them as well. But now we have chickens, so we're all set there. Now let's talk about actually caring for them. Chickens are super easy to care for. You have no need for water, no need for bedding. They don't produce manure, slurry, or anything like that. You just have to provide them feed, which I have feed right over here for them. This is barley right here, which is super easy to provide them. If you want, you can actually buy chicken feed in the store. I recommend growing it yourself because it's much more worth it to grow it yourself. But if we go down here to animals, we can go to food. And we have big bags of wheat. It's $1,500 for 1,000 liters, which is pretty darn expensive. We also have that right here, same price, just different style of container. It's pretty expensive to buy it yourself in the store, so I recommend growing it. But you can feed them barley, wheat, or sorghum. If you need to know how to grow those crops, I'll put a card up on your screen right now that'll take you to my guide for grains, and that'll show you how to do it. Now, every single pen is going to have one of these little icons right here. That is the food icon. Just pull up next to it and hit I to unload, and you'll be able to unload barley in there. Now we'll see how much barley this will hold. It shouldn't hold, actually this one I think holds about 8,000 liters, so it should take this whole amount here. But that is all you have to do, care for your chickens right there. That is it. Just have to provide them with barley, wheat, or sorghum. I recommend barley because barley fields have a higher yield and are just as effective as sorghum and wheat, and barley is a cheaper crop to provide them. So basically it's like providing them with a cheaper food to get the same results. So just be aware of that. But if we go into our menu now, we go to animals over here, we can see our chickens now have grain, which is great. Again, wheat, barley, sorghum, that's all they can take. They're all set. They have grain. And then you can see that there's nothing else they really require. The rest of this is just other stuff we'll talk about tomorrow. So now that we provided them with their grain, we are just going to go ahead and skip to the next day and then talk about a couple of things. All right, it is the next day on the farm. So if we go into our menu, now that our chickens have had food overnight, you can see that they are going up in health. Their health is up, and they've already halfway to reproducing another chicken right there. So tomorrow we should have some new chickens in there. They'll produce 1 chicken per fully grown adult, so this can produce 110 chickens. These guys are not ready to produce anything. Once their puberty bar hits up, then they'll start producing chickens every day. Now, because this pen is full, no more new chickens can spawn in there, so you have to sell off some of these chickens to be able to get more in there. But you can sell chickens to make a little bit of money. With the delivery fee, though, you're not really going to make a lot. What I actually recommend doing is just get your pen maxed out with whatever chickens. You can also buy them. I mean, you can buy them cheap like this and then grow them up. And then once your pen is just maxed out, then I would just use them for the egg production, which you can see productivity is 100% because their feed capacity is 100%. And they have all that, or their feed level or feed quality is 100%, which if you feed them anything that they can eat, it's going to be 100%. So you can see they did eat quite a bit, actually. So if we go, well, we had 7,600 liters in here last night, minus the 5,800. Overnight, 24 hours, they ate 1,800 liters of feed. So they are a little bit food hungry. However, the eggs are definitely worth it. Right now, they're not producing too many eggs because, well, they have mostly baby chickens in here. But on the side of your pen, you'll see this little checkered box area where you're going to have your eggs spawning. So right here, we have 550 pieces of eggs, which is essentially 551 liters of eggs in terms of units for the game. And what we can do to make money is you can either use these in productions to further produce things such as, well, you can make cakes, or like noodle soup, I believe, is one that takes eggs as well. So there's a few other productions that you can make a little bit more money off of the eggs if you want, or you can just sell them as the eggs. And if you want to know how to move pallets and sell pallets, I'll put a card up on your screen right now to how to sell and move pallets. That'll give you a little bit more information. But in general, you need to come in here, go to prices. We can find eggs on here hopefully pretty easily. Right there. There we go. Find the place that's selling them for the best. You can see in normal economy, you're getting $2,500 per pallet of eggs, which is a pretty good price there. So you'll make your money back for sure. Then you can find one of these places, and then you just have to take that pallet there and sell it. So there you go. That is everything, though, about chickens. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys on my next tutorial.